Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Lynnette Schaeffer. I am the Director of Training here at LEDVANCE. I'd like to welcome you to LEDVANCE's August 2024 external product launch. Today, I'm going to be going over some really cool new products. The first one is the Value Class UFO High Bay 5A. We've also got the Ultra LED HO PAR lamp 15 degrees. We have the Ultra T10 LED and the Dualescent LED T8 CCT selectable lamp. Now, just so that you guys know, before you get started here too far, if you go out to ledvanceus.com, you can go to training, and from there you can get all of these really great recordings on demand. So if you by chance missed the one today or can't stay on the entire time, be sure to always check these out. It usually takes a couple weeks for these to be posted on our website, but besides the external product launches, you can also get access to basic lighting training. You can also get access to all of our level up trainings, which is all product driven. They're very nice, quick, short videos. And we also do have quizzes associated with all of them as well. Additionally, when you go out to the training page, you also are going to find in-person training. Currently, we did launch the 2025 in-person training calendar to all of the regional managers. So if you are interested in attending here at Light Point and in Westfield, Indiana, certainly reach out to your regional manager and we'll be happy to have you here in 2025. All right, so what's our first product? Well, the newest UFO 5A launching this month is a super cool product. It is very much like the other two. It's very similar to the 3A and the 4A. However, the big difference is that the UFO 5A is available in 277 to 480 volt, while the others are not. Plus, this one is also TAA compliant, which can help assist with government purchases. And also what's amazing about this product is that it uses the exact same accessories that the other two do. So you don't have to worry about stocking additional accessories. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. So first of all, some of the accessories that go along with this product are let me say that twice, reflectors and refractors, okay? So of course you can use the UFO 5A just like any UFO by itself, which is perfect. However, because of the optics in this, it's really meant to be used more for those situations where you're at that typical mounting height of about 15 to 22 degrees. All right. But when you get above the 15 to 22 degree, you start getting into a 25 degree, for instance, you want to start thinking about potentially adding what we refer to as a reflector. What the reflector does is that it helps reflect the light down onto the ground. So the higher up you are, the more light you want to put down onto the ground. Pretty easy concept. So this is a reflector. Now, of course, you also have the option, if you want, to add a refractor, which is this. And you can kind of see through a refractor, right? So what a refractor does is it actually helps you kind of eliminate the cave effect. It's really meant for those mounting heights that are 25 foot or below, and where you're trying to maybe light up the ceiling and you want to have a little bit less of a cave effect, as I mentioned. Now, of course, where does the lovely lens come into play? Well, the lens comes into play when you're really working on more of a lower mounting height, under 15 feet. So low bay with the lens is really good because it gives you more visual comfort. So just a little bit of information about why you would add these. And again, all of those that I just showed you work on all of those UFOs on the previous slide. So let's go ahead and dig a little bit further into the UFO 5A. So first of all, it is available in either black or white housing. It is UL certified, LC premium, NSF splash zone, which means it can't be used where there's open or exposed food, but it is splash zone rated. It is also IP65. It's NEMA 4X. As I mentioned, it's also TAA compliant. It meets FCC, RoHS, and is backed by the trusted warranty too. Now, this luminaire is ideal for many types of applications, including industrial spaces, gyms, big box retail stores, food storage, warehouse, even service repair shops as well. Now, the other thing that's pretty neat about this product is that it is controls ready. Now, I know you guys have heard me talk about controls ready, but just as a little quick reminder, controls ready means you can easily add standalone or network lighting controls without the need for any electrician, and you can add it whenever you want. There's no special wiring. You just bring regular power to the luminaire, and then you take your handy screwdriver and you unscrew the cover here. That exposes a little receptacle. This is a screw-in receptacle. So I can take a standalone control solution and simply screw it in. Or I could, if I wanted to, even take a network lighting control solution, LEDVANCE's Link. And I do need an adapter, but I can take the adapter, attach it to the Link device, and then simply screw it directly into the luminaire. And now I just created a product that is ready to go from a network lighting control perspective. And you can change it and modify it anytime you want, standalone or network lighting control. So it's a really, really cool feature from that perspective. Some other things that you should know about this product is that it is available in 2 wattage selectable options, either the S200 or the S320. It also is available in 2 voltages, 120 to 347 or 277 to 480. It is also 0 to 10 volt dimming. It has a CRI in the 80s. It also features CCT selectability. And then also it does, I was just looking for where that's at. I believe it's right underneath here. We'll find it together because I haven't opened this up yet. There's a little knockout right here on the side. And I bet if I unscrew this, if I can, I don't have quite the right screwdriver. We'll try it though. I bet I'm going to expose those little switches. And of course I did, they're right inside there. So that is the easy way to change the CCT or the wattage as well. What else? As I mentioned, it is available in black or white housing. And by the way, the CCT selectable options are 3,500, 4,000 or 5,000. Now the lumens do range as low as 15,000 and up to 48,000. And it has an impressive 150 lumens per watt. As I mentioned, there's also 2 sizes to choose from, and it performs very well all the way down to -40F and all the way up to 122F. There's also 6 kV of surge protection built in as well. Now, the other thing that I just want to talk about are some other cool features. One of them, as small and minor might seem, it is pretty neat too, and that is a hook. Other manufacturers will ship with an eye bolt, and if you already have conduit or something there, it's really hard to take an eye bolt and try to get it into that conduit. So in order to have a eye bolt, it's really difficult. Ours though ships with this little hook, so it can accommodate a lot of different installations. And all it does is simply screws into the top of the luminaire and you're ready to go, okay? Now this is a really light luminaire too, which makes it simple to install because obviously it's not real heavy. It does also include 6-foot power cord and also the 3-foot dimming cord. This is also suitable for a number of applications, as I sort of mentioned on the previous slide. So you've got the IP65 rating, you've got the NSF splash zone rating, you've got the TAA listing. Again, that can be used on government projects. You've got the white or the black die-cast aluminum housing, the molded heat sink fins. And what that does, it ensures that the product is going to last a really long time too. Okay. And we can't forget the controls ready. I already talked a lot about that. In case I forgot to mention, the network lighting control solution that LEDVANCE has, known as Link, is also DLC approved, which is also pretty awesome. And again, you can go with either standalone controls or network lighting controls. Just remember, if you're selling standalone controls, don't forget to also recommend what remote they should also get. Network lighting controls, on the other hand, it just takes a free app, either Android or iOS. The other thing cool about this product is that it has a battery backup that you can get. I call it the buoy because it looks like a buoy. By the way, this is heavier than the luminaire is, this EMBB. But this is a 40-watt emergency battery backup. What happens is that it also screws, we'll see if this actually is going to make it or not. I'll see if I can get this done with one hand. We'll see how easy this really is. Yes. All right, here we go. So you screw it into the top of the luminaire, and then you can easily hang it. And then also it has a nice little remote that you can get with it, so you don't have to go all the way up to the luminaire to test the EMBB to make sure it's working. So really cool product, sold as a separate accessory. What are some of the other accessories? Well, we do have the surface or pendant mount bracket. We have this really neat junction box. And the reason the junction box is important is because it allows the contractor or the installer to make the drop wherever they want to, and whatever's required for the application. So it's just a really easy way to be able to have everything combined into that J box and have it a little bit easier of an install as well. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we do have the polycarbonate lens, which would be something that you would actually attach to the polycarbonate refractor. And then, of course, we do have the aluminum reflector, and we also have a wire guard as well that you can also put on the luminaire directly as well, like so. Okay, so those are all the really cool accessories that are available. This is just the ordering guide in case you guys are interested in what the item code is. It's on here. Of course, you can also scan the little spec sheet, and that will also bring you to all the other information about the product as well. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and launch our first poll question. Let me go ahead and do that right now. All right, so this is a two-part question, and it is, what voltage options are available with the UFO 5A? And what two things make the UFO 5A different from LEDVANCE's other two UFO products that we have? Now, in case you're watching this on demand, you can go ahead and scan the QR code. That'll give you access to the quiz, and that will be the quiz for the rest of the presentation. So I guess you can cheat and get all the right answers if you just kind of hang out a little bit. All right. Anyway. All right. So as many of you know, I do not get to put these up for very long because we just don't have that much time. So if you're planning on participating, you got to get that in really fast. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll, and I will share the results. And I will also share the answers with you too. So the first one, the UFO 5A, many of you got that right, 120 to 347 volt and 277 to 480. And the second question, which is what two things make the UFO 5A different, is both of the above. They are available in 277 and 480, and also this one is TAA compliant as well. So I will stop sharing the results there. And I think we also have maybe a couple questions, or at least one. Can the high bay have direct conduit mounting if you remove the hook? Amanda, do you want to answer this? I don't know if you have the answer at the top of your head. I was trying to make sense out of what he's saying. Can a high bay have direct conduit mount if you remove the hook? All right, I guess we'll come back to that if Amanda's typing an answer. Okay, she might not be off of mute. So we will have 480 volt. Okay, well, we'll go back to that question in a second. So let's go up to the, will we have 480 volt EMBB? Another great question for a product manager. So we might have to have that one also come back to both of those. So the yes one. All right, so will we have 480 volt EMBB? Amanda says, yes, we will. And as far as the open question about the direct conduit, I'm going to unmute you, Amanda, if you can be unmuted, but maybe not. All right, we'll go back to that question in just a bit. So hang tight. We'll get that one answered for you. All right. Again, keep those Q&A questions going as well. So let's move on. So the next one up, we have the Ultra LED HO PAR 30 lamp. Okay. Now, this is the Ultra, meaning it comes in a higher lumen package than other ones. Now, when you look at our A lamps, our decorative lamps, our PARs, our reflectors, there's basically 5 levels. And the reason we have these 5 levels is really because we want to be able to meet the customer's needs, right? So we have the eco or entry level, basically, so that attractive price point. We also have that contractor one, which is really made for the contractor, really someone who's not looking for a lot of super awesome features, just kind of more the basic sort of entry level. We also have the Renaissance, which is really all about those that are putting the product into a retail type application, maybe museums, maybe where color is really super critical. High efficiency, high beam of light, 90 CRI, dimming. By the way, the Renaissance is only available in our PARs. Really great dimming and really highly efficient as well. And of course, we also have the True Wave technology. True Wave is cool because it really does help with your sleep cycle, your wake cycle. It reduces eye strain. It gives you more of a realistic color. It's usually 90 CRI, superior dimming and high efficacy, but it takes that blue that is typically in a lot of LED type products and it reduces it. So that's why it helps you to improve your sleep and wake cycle. Now, right in the middle of these four is the Ultra LED and or the Ultra HO. And these are really meant about those people that are looking for dimming, longer life ratings than the contractor series. And of course, that HO offers greater lumen output. And that's really where this new one comes into play. So we, of course, already have a full line of these lamps available in par 20, par 38, and multiple beam angles, including 15, 25, and 40. But the newest addition is the 18 watts. This is available in 1800 lumens, 3000 Kelvin, 90 CRI. It does have a 15-degree beam. It is a par 30, and it provides you up to 100 lumens per watt. Now, this lamp is basically the same spec as the 19 watt. It's just a little different look. So eventually the 19 watt will be replaced by this 18 watt version. And by the way, this 18 watt version is available. It is now available in stock. It is non-dimmable, but it is CEC compliant, which stands for California Energy Commission. And it also does come with a 5-year warranty. So this is really great for lobbies, museums, grocery stores, hallways, entryways, retail stores. And it has kind of that sleek, kind of lightweight design and will work in a lot of different retrofit applications as well. So if you're looking for the item number, it is a 42238. And again, this will replace the 79362. All right, we have our next poll question. Let me go ahead and get that one for you. Poll question 2. And that is, what's the beam angle of the new LED HO par 30 lamp? While you guys are working on that, I'm going to go ahead and check out the Q&A. All right, so we're going to try to get you to answer that question live. Does the UFO junction box meet NEC electrical requirement? All right, we'll come back to that one. Okay, so we'll address some of these. All right, does the UFO junction box want to be, okay, well, let me see here. I'm trying to get you to unmute, but I can't seem to do that. So we will have to figure out what's going on at the end. We'll attack. I tell you what, keep the questions coming. We'll get all of them figured out at the end. So give me just a couple seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and share the results of this one. This is what happens when you're live. You got to roll with it, right? So what's the beam angle of the new LED HO par lamp? It is 15 degrees, my friends. Not so good on that one, but we'll get better. All right. So let me go ahead and close that down and we will move on to the next product. Again, keep the Q&A coming and then we'll just address all of them at the end if you don't mind. Okay. All right. Next up, we have the Ultra T10 LED. This is a pretty small lamp at just under 5 inches in MOL, a little over 1 inch in diameter. It is also just 3.5 watts. So where are these used? Well, they are used in some residential applications. They're used in a lot of hospitality applications, accent or display lighting, some signage as well. You'll see these type of guys. This one does have a CRI of 80, which does ensure the good color renditioning. 2700K. This is suitable for damp locations. It is RoHS, ETL, and also backed by the trusted warranty as well. The item number on this is a 42054. So not much to say about this little guy. It was kind of short and sweet, but it is what it is. Did I already answer? Is that already listed? So is the new Ultra LED lamp dimmable? Let me go ahead. I might be, that might already be, I can't tell if the lines on there already. All right, so question number 3. Launch. Here we go. Is the Ultra T10 LED dimmable? All right. Okay. You guys are probably like, geez, she goes through these questions so fast. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to end the poll, show the results, and the answer is yes, they are. All right. Stop sharing. Good. Okay, moving on to the next product. Get my hands here ready. Okay, so first of all, the last product for today is the Dual Essence LED T8 CCT selectable UL type A plus B. But before we get into the details of this lamp, here's a little quick refresher. So we offer type A items, our lamps, I should say. Easy plug and play, remember, that's what type A is all about, assuming you have checked ballast compatibility. If your customer is concerned about price, I really kind of encourage you guys to check out the type A entry LED. This has a super attractive price. I think you'll be very impressed with that, what that looks like. If you're not familiar with it, reach out to one of your sales guys or gals. We also have type B options, which means ballast needs to either be disconnected or removed from the existing fixture. Then, of course, we've got the type A plus B, which allows the lamp to be used as a simple plug and play. But when the ballast fails, then at that time, the customer, of course, would have to bypass the ballast or replace the ballast. And of course, we also have, sorry, let me back up. Let me back up a second. I said that slightly wrong. With the type A plus B at that time, when you put it in, it's a plug and play. But when the ballast fails, you would have to remove the ballast or bypass the ballast. And then, of course, you could use the same lamp. That's the glorious thing about type A plus B. Then, of course, we have a type C, and that basically is sort of like the old way of doing it, right? Where you have multiple LED lamps that are utilizing one kind of like remote driver, similar to a fluorescent fixture that uses maybe 4 lamps, all using one ballast. So that's basically what a type C is. Now, a lot of people do like type B lamps, so that happens to be our first product focus. But one thing I just did want to say is not only do our type B lamps come in different classes, but all of our type A, B, and A plus B. So you can see these different pillars. This is, of course, the type A. We do have 5 different pillars, depending upon kind of more of a good, better, best strategy, and depending upon what your customer needs are. We do have a type B as well, and that, of course, has 4 individual classes. And we also have the type A plus B, and this basically gives you the option to select static CCT. We have the 3 CCT selectability, and now with the latest and greatest, we have the 5 CCT selectable lamp. Now, what else is really significant about this product is that it goes all the way up to 6,500K. Now, of course, this is UL, it is FCC, it's RoHS, it's ETL certified to NSF. It is also damp location. It's DLC 5.1 soon, hopefully, is currently pending. So be patient. Hopefully that'll get all the paperwork done very soon on that. It's really great for a lot of applications, especially where customers are currently using fluorescent lamps. Maybe their ballasts are getting old, but they're not quite old enough to replace yet. Or maybe they're newer ballasts and they want to start moving into LED. The type A plus B is really great for that. Don't forget, if you are going to do a type A install, always check that ballast compatibility. And of course, the other thing to mention on this is it is 120 volt dimming phase cut, which is also known as triac. Okay, same thing. Now, this is a frosted glass lamp. It is available in 12 and 15 watts and 4 foot in length, and it does come in at a whopping 143 lumens per watt. So just to kind of walk you around sort of the key features, of course, the 5 CC selectability aids in inventory reduction, greater job site flexibility, and of course, with the highest CCT being 6,500, that is suitable for a lot of applications where people really want that really extreme whiter type light. Otherwise, you've got 3,035, 4,000, 5,000, and of course, that 6,500. As far as installation goes, it does offer a flexible installation, either type A direct replacement on compatible instant start or program rapid start T8 ballasts. It is type B direct wire as well for line voltage 120, 277 single-ended or double-ended. So it does kind of avoid, when you do it in a type B install, any incompatibility or ballast concerns. As far as safety goes, there is a patented internal safety circuit for type B installation, double-ended installations, that will prevent shock hazard too. And of course, that would be for more like new construction type applications. And of course, we also have the dimming, which I mentioned. So you can have additional savings with that. Again, that's 120-volt phase cut dimming, type B. And of course, if you do a type A install, you want to make sure you use a compatible ballast, and just look at the dimmer list too that you can find on the spec sheet. It is a frosted glass optic and has a 200-degree beam angle. And then a light emitting is actually about 320 degrees. So that's also a nice thing. And then just in case I didn't note, or in case you didn't notice, the switches to change the CCT are at the end of the lamp. So it really makes it so that people can't adjust this unless they take the lamp out of the luminaire. So it's kind of hidden a little bit, which is somewhat of a nice feature as well. So that is how you change the CCT on those lamps. All right, so this is the, of course, ordering guide as well, so that you can see we've got 2 part numbers there that you can order, and we will go ahead and launch our last poll question. All right, so launch. This is also a 2-part question. Okay, let me go ahead and end the poll, and I will share the results and also the answers. So the first one is 5. Many of you did get that right, which is great. And the highest CCT is 6,500, and nice job on that one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the results. And then what we'll do is, before we totally depart, I just want to go to the very last slide, and then we'll go ahead and address all the questions. So first of all, I want to thank you for your time today. You can have your feedback and the survey if you scan the QR code on the left, and to take the quiz if you choose to do so. Especially if you're watching this on demand, you can scan the QR code on the right. So with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and answer some of these poll questions, and hopefully this will work. So for some reason, I'm trying to get some of you to unmute, but for whatever reason, it's I'm clicking ask to unmute, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So I'm going to go ahead, Amanda, and make you host. And that way you should be able to open up your microphone. So and your video might be on as well. So just be prepared for that. Amanda, go ahead if you don't mind. And hey, well, what I'll do is I will go ahead and read these little one by one.
So I see them here. I did respond, but I will say for direct conduit mounting, I will confirm that, and I will get back to Gary, and I can get back to everybody so that everybody is aware. We will have a 480-volt EMBB that will be coming, I believe, in November. That's a little bit behind the August timeframe, but we are working on that. We will have that. And it will also be good for 347 volts. So that will be coming as well. And then I did answer, the UFO junction box does meet the NEC electrical code, so you can make all of your connections inside that box, and you will be covered. And I think those 3 were the only thing for the UFO.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for doing that. You might be able to give the host back to me. If not, we'll go ahead and try to get through the rest of these. So another question that was asked was, will you bring back the 70,000 hour life lamp in the type A, B, or C? And Jennifer said, recently updated type C to 70,000 hours. Also the type B plastic XP lamp. Jennifer, I guess that's available now. Let me see if I can make you host. I may not. So Amanda, you might have to, I don't know why this is causing me problems today, but for whatever reason.
I'm unmuted. Hi, this is Jen.
Okay,
Yeah, those are both available now.
those are both available now. Perfect, good. And then we have, we need a 250-watt halogen equal, which we used to have. When will these be available? Anybody on that knows the answer to that question?
Yep, this is Allie. Can you hear me?
Yep, I sure can.
Great. So the 250-watt halogen equivalent is still available now in the prior generation NAID code. We are working on a next gen, which will be the similar look, feel, and function as the one that we just talked about today, and that'll be available in December.
Perfect. And then Clay, you said, will there be additional beam angles introduced? I'm assuming you're talking about the par 30. Allie, do you want to go ahead and answer this?
Sure. So for the par 38, we have a 15 degree and a 40 degree. For the par 20 and the par 30, right now, we only have a 15 degree in the HO versions. If you're looking for additional beam options for the other shapes, just let me know. I'm running the project now, so it's a perfect time if you have opportunity to reach out and we can kind of align on what those opportunities are.
Perfect. Okay, are there any other questions that were left out? I don't see anything. Anything in the chat? I don't see anything in the chat either. All right. If there are no more questions, then we are gonna say goodbye to you. And just remember, guys, you can watch this all over again if you want to, or share it to other people by giving us a couple weeks to get this on LEDVANCEUS.com. Click on training on demand, and you'll be all set. Thanks everybody for your time today. And thank you, product managers, as well.